Hello, hello, everybody. Michelle here. I'm up early because that's what I do over in the East Coast. So, and I needed to do something real quick and make some clarifications on something. I think I may have unintentionally started some triggering. And it'll make sense in a minute. So I don't own the rights of this, but I just want you to hear something. Mm. Posted in front of the tribe, selling dope to the sun. Okay, now I'm gonna go in the living room. So just stand by. Let's see, where am I? All right. Okay, that's kind of music right there to just get me all going, get me started, and just kind of get me all worked up. In a good way. Actually, it makes me kind of creative. So I want to make some clarifications. Let me just make sure I let you know that today is 10/29/2022. Michelle is in the building. Okay. And you all probably say, why that bitch so loud this early in the morning? Shit. She need to go lay her ass down somewhere, being all loud and radical, all early in the morning like this on a Saturday. God, what's wrong with her? But anyway, so what I'm gonna do, I need to clear up some stuff that I had started. I should have been just minding my own business. Sometimes you just don't. Sometimes you do need to mind your business, but you also need to be clear on why you are saying and doing things, right? So it's regarding that man. All right, we know who that man is. Now, let me just make some clarifications and go a different path for a minute. I'm going to hold off on that introduction to be in the house, that thing of mental illness, because I think I was triggering and I need to back off that for a minute and talk about let's hold up here. It's so hard to hold a phone in here. Yeah, so I'm gonna hold off on the mental illness part because I don't need to be triggering. But I think I said it I think I've said it, that my intentions are towards black lesbians and their descendants. Okay, now let me just tell you why I'm doing stressing sound like that. I'm doing it for a reason, and it's not a dog whistle. There's nothing covert about it. There's nothing secret about it. It's just most people pay attention to sound, or they're supposed to, and people that have auditory can pick up sound, whether they are registering it or not, and they can't really tune it out. No matter how much they say they can, you can't tune out sound because all that energy just goes into other senses that you have, whether it's feelings or visual. All right, so yeah, I started some triggering, and I just need to back off of that. Only reason why because I could have just ignored that and went on and continue with my day. That particular post and video regarding that man. But and I was saying stuff too in that video I had out about being in the house, mental illness. And so, I had to be careful about my words as well, because I said terrified. Okay, when I say terrified, I mean, that sounds, that's pretty strong language. But that was coming from a child's vision. That's how I felt as a child. I felt terrified about being in the house. But it wasn't but when I think about it as an adult, I mean, it's not terrifying. It's concerning, sure, but it wasn't terrifying. So I had to be careful with my language and make sure I'm, giving a proper, narrative as to what person I'm talking about. And that's why I stress so much about descendants, because Um, when I was a young girl, I remember everything. Okay, I remember everything because I was visually picking it up. I was picking it up visually, and so as a child, certain events going on is terrifying, right? You have kids, and so you have to be always thinking about descendants, whether they're yours or somebody else's, because their perception of stuff is terrifying. You know, to think, well, what's really going on here? I'm scared, and that's how I always felt in our house because I used to have terror dreams, and I'll talk about that later, or some other point, because looking at things as a child is just completely different, and me taking in stuff visually, yeah, I was terrified. Okay, as a young child, as an adult, okay, I can see a different perspective of it. Um, so 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 that's what I wanted to stress is why I immediately commented to, like, I could have taken my own advice, and what's that advice I gave? Ignore, delete, and block, and all that. I could have, but um, you know, there's an intention behind everything I'm doing. There is an intention, and I have to make sure the right people are paying attention to what's going on. And so sound is always, you know, it works, especially with people that has an ear for it, like musicians and blah blah blah. You know who you are. So um, so I'm gonna change direction, and I'm going to say here that I'm not going to say anything about mental illness right now because it's too triggering. And everybody's getting worked up. I'm sensing, and then and somebody said something that was funny. They wasn't sure who we were talking about. That was funny, and that was so true because this person said, "Well, I didn't know who you were talking about. I thought you were talking about blah blah blah." See how things are starting to fuse together and merge together, where people don't know. Okay, now who are you really talking about here? You could be applying that same kind of targeting to somebody else. Now, so that's why I do all this stressing with sound, because people pay attention to sound. When you say sss, people are like, what? They think a snake in the house. So they gonna be paying attention, or they think there's a gas leak, and that's what I'm hoping. That's why I do all this stressing with my probably say, what that bitch doing? All that hissing and shit. She need to go lay her ass down, being all loud and radical and hissing and shit. So that's all I'm doing. I'm having fun, but also trying to get people's attention. My goodness. Because yes, like I said, the damage is done. Everything's caused and effect. But so there's nothing covert about me trying to get you to be introduced back to natural sounds. And that piece I played, I own no rights to it. But like I said, that sound is, that sound is fantastic to me. That dropping beat and all that. It just feels like a heartbeat, And I remember there's a song I used to put headphones on my ear and listen to it all day. That it was heartbeat. You make me feel so, I don't know, but that whatever that was, that whoa. So that's what I'm going to do. So now this is what's going to happen from now on. When anybody wants to talk about that man, I am going to ignore and move on to another post. And if you want to go ahead and do what you got to do what you got to do, but just don't let it get you to a point to where you're extremely triggered, and you may need to take some time away. Just try to be sure you're managing your emotions, and Because yeah, it is freedom of speech, and that's what I'm saying. We just got to figure out what's going on really, because why am I not wanting you to talk about this man and everybody's talking about everything else, right? And like I said, this is not a dog whistle. Okay, I'm speaking clearly and effectively. I just need to know. Okay, all right, I'll just move on to another post. Let them go ahead and deal with that. But I do get a little nervous now when you bring in descendants. Okay, because they're paying attention like I was. I paid attention to everything. I remember everything from my childhood, everything. And my childhood wasn't as terrifying as I thought, as a 5-year-old presumed it to be. It wasn't, but it did have some challenges in there. That's with every family. So I just hope I made that clear. And I'm going to step back a little bit off of, like I said, mental illness, because that is also crumbling cultures and crumbling, you know, the planet. All this carrying on and so that's it. I got I'm up early, and I said I need to make this clear what my intentions were. I am just trying to get the attention of those who can pick up sound and understand and hear me. It's time to kind of pay attention a little bit more about what's really really going on and what you're hearing, and you're gonna have to protect certain sounds. Yes, you will. You need to protect certain sounds, and and you know and I mean, and you do it so well. Ooh, wow, there's one person. I mean, whoa, wee. But anyway, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to wake people up and have do it in a non-threatening, a non-overly emotional, a non-triggering, a non what's that term? Responding, whatever that is. Because there's some contradictions with that in my opinion, but hey, whatever. So if I think of something else, I'll come back on. But I think this is it for the month, isn't it? Well, it's the 29th. Oh goodness, we got 2 more days, maybe. Maybe I may not do something. I don't know. It's just if I don't do something when the inspiration hit me and say stuff, I mean, I won't forget it. It'll come back, but it'll come back, some other time. I think that's it. So now y'all can go ahead and lay y'all asses back down, because I know you ain't up. It's on Saturday. It's Saturday, so I know some of y'all still in bed anyway. So, so everybody have a great day. Talk to you soon, and um, um, there's an intention, and we have to protect the future. We do have to protect the future. Otherwise, we might as well just forget about it. We have all these descendants that will be here. And so we need to, wake up people that understand that this is it's like it's the tap was, like, hey, now the tap is kind of, really trying to shake you up, you know, and just do the best you can. Um, but you can't do everything, but just do what you can. And I just want to send peace and love to everybody all over, to the black lesbians, and let's just keep it together, and protect, protect, and protecting speech is very important. Protecting views is very important. And so I kind of was, I just saw, I just knew these people have children, and it just kind of triggered me. See, because I get triggered by kids and elderly. All right. All right. Peace and love. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.